Not sure whether you need a TEFL, a CELTA, or a TESOL? One of these can open doors to global teaching jobs, and another might be a total waste of money depending on your goals. Let's break it all down today in this video. Hi, I'm Christine Thorndike, and here on TEFL Hero, we try to help you cut through the noise to help you launch your English teaching career the smart way. Today, I'll give you the no BS breakdown of TEFL versus TESOL versus CELTA and help you choose the right one for you. Let's start with the basics. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language, and it's the most common certification for people who want to teach abroad or teach online. Tons of providers offer TEFL courses, just like our own 120-hour TEFL course at TEFL Hero, which is designed to be fully online as well as very affordable, flexible, and internationally recognized. You'll find a link to our 120-hour TEFL course in the video description below. TESOL means teaching English to speakers of other languages. It's more commonly used in the USA and Canada, and it can apply to teaching both abroad as well as domestically. And in many cases, it's used interchangeably with TEFL, especially in job listings outside of North America. Although some institutions do make distinctions depending on the teaching context. CELTA is an intensive course from Cambridge that's highly respected in certain regions, but it's really designed for people targeting very elite or higher end teaching roles, and it's not necessarily needed for entry-level ESL jobs. For example, in Spain, CELTA is preferred by top-tier schools like International House or British Council Centers, but it's not required for most entry-level jobs. And in the Middle East, it's often a requirement for university or premium private school roles. Some international schools may prefer CELTA for ESL specialty roles, but that said, in some cases, a strong TEFL certification and experience can still be enough to qualify, especially in less competitive hiring contexts. Now let's talk about job opportunities. This is where the differences between the TEFL, the TESOL, and the CELTA really do start to matter. The TEFL is ideal for entry-level online jobs and teaching roles in countries like China, Vietnam, Thailand, and across Latin America. Most employers just want a 120-hour TEFL certificate. So again, taking an online course like TEFL Heroes works exactly for this need. TESOL is typically only used in North America, and especially if you're teaching in public schools or doing academic ESL support in the US or in Canada. TEFL courses range anywhere from $100 to more than $500. TEFL Heroes 120-hour course, for example, costs just $129, and it can be completed entirely on your own and at your own pace. TESOL programs can vary widely in price and format. Some are academic and they are tied to universities, while others are more like standard TEFL certification courses. And CELTA, expect to drop anywhere from $2,000 for a full-time in-person course that lasts about 4 to 5 weeks. It's a huge investment of both your time and your money, and is usually only worth it if you're pursuing higher end or academic positions. Which one should you choose? Here's how to decide which one's right for you. If you're just starting out and you want to teach online or in countries like China, Vietnam, Thailand, South Korea, Japan, or across regions in Latin America, then the TEFL certification is more than enough. If you plan to teach in US public schools or in academic settings, then TESOL might be a better fit. And if you're targeting very high-paying roles in Europe or in the Middle East, then the CELTA might be worth it. All right, let's break this down with a quick pros and cons summary. TEFL is budget-friendly, fast, and you can do it online, which is perfect for most beginners. The only downside, the quality varies a lot depending on the provider. So just make sure that you choose a reputable and accredited course like TEFL Heroes. TESOL is great if you're teaching in the USA or Canada, but it can be a bit confusing because it does overlap so much with TEFL and it's often used interchangeably. CELTA is respected by top employers and gives you a very solid teaching experience, but it's expensive, it's time intensive, and honestly, it's overkill for most entry-level jobs. Here's my verdict. Most aspiring teachers should start with a 120-hour TEFL course, especially if you're teaching online or if you are going to head abroad for the first time. TEFL Heroes course hits the sweet spot between quality and value, and we are accepted by major online schools as well as schools abroad. If you are aiming higher for elite schools or specialized ESL roles, then the CELTA could be a good extra investment. Still deciding? Drop a comment below and I'll help you figure out the right path depending on your goals. And if you're ready to explore your options, I've added some really helpful links in the description below to help you get started. And please don't forget to subscribe. I've got more exciting content coming your way to help you make smarter choices on your TEFL journey.